This next article from the New York Post, video shows Portland protesters hurling a Molotov cocktail at police. Portland rioters were filmed throwing the Molotov cocktail at a group of police officers during a violent Breonna Taylor race riot in the whitest big city in America, where there's hardly any police shootings. The video shows one protester hurling the lit makeshift explosive at police officers, sending cops in riot gear scattering to safety as the flames burst onto the ground. Wow, let's see this. So these people throwing these Molotov cocktails, it's like, I don't know whether or not they know this or not, but getting burned extremely badly is one of the most painful things that you can go through in your entire life. When your skin melts and you have third-degree burns, anything that touches it hurts really, really, really badly. So when you throw a Molotov cocktail at someone, that's much worse than shooting them with a gun. You shoot somebody with the gun, and chances are they're not going to die from the gunshot. And when they do recover, they won't have permanent nerve pain. When you burn somebody really bad, their skin, like you have pores in your skin that put out oils on your skin that those things are gone, it makes it so that your skin dries out and then it burns all over. So that's a pretty serious thing what they're doing, throwing these Molotov cocktails. That's a terrorist activity. Let's see, there's some other angles of this. Here in this next tweet, here we could see another angle. You got to give it up to those cops, man. They were cool and they did their jobs. They kept their cool. They kept pushing those people back. That was like a bomb they threw at them. Here's another angle from a little bit farther away. And they're shooting fireworks. Those fireworks too. Cops are getting hit with these fireworks and it's burning through their clothes. And that's why these people are doing this. They're literally out there trying to kill and maim, do as much damage as they can. This is the problem of why the Nazis were so vile and brutal and savage. It's not, okay, Joseph Stalin had Hitler whooped on the brutal and savage scale. But the Nazis, they were anti-capitalist. This is what most people think they were like, weren't liberals because they didn't believe in fair equality for everyone. Not actually true. They were actually liberals. Germans never owned slaves. They were not white supremacists. In fact, they were frequently the one of the biggest voices against white supremacy. The Christians German Christians who immigrated to the United States were some of the biggest abolitionists. They helped free the black people. And in fact, for instance, Missouri, a lot of German immigrants migrated to Missouri, and it prevented Missouri from becoming a southern state. So the Nazis, they believed what they believed because they believed that it would make them equal to compete instead of having families give you your money because you were born into it, that you would compete for the top slot in the social hierarchy. They hated capitalism. They were anti-capitalist. They were socialist. But they believed that Marxism was a fail because it made all people equal, even though to most of the Marxists, they thought black people were inferior. It was like in the Constitution when they said all men are created equal, except black people. This is why the Nazis weren't your Jim Crow racists. They were another level psychotic genocidal maniacs. But they believed in fairness so much, equality for their people who they thought weren't parasites and subhuman. They wanted equality for them so much that they were willing to commit atrocities in order to get what they wanted. This is what the Democrats are doing. This is what these Black Lives Matter people are doing. The exact same thing that the Nazis did. We've got a... Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry, that was out of order. In this next article from the Daily Mail, 2 people are injured after a fight led to a shooting during a renewed unrest in Portland after 100 days of rioting. It was briefly halted due to wildfires, thank goodness. Although I think it probably gave them a rest so that now they came back with even more cray. When both individuals were taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 2 individuals who have not been named were part of a riot outside of the Penumbra Kelly building. Do we have any video of this? Here's a picture of the gun that was dropped. Tweet from @Portland Police. There is a mass gathering tonight at the Kelly building, 4735 East Burnside Street. Burnside is blocked in both directions. Those gathered near the Penumbra Kelly building, we respect your right to gather and speak. Do not enter or remain upon the property. Continued. In the next tweet, it says, it's landscaping or walkways. Failure to adhere to this order may subject you to arrest, citation, use of crowd control agents, blah, blah, blah. Here's some pictures of the wingnut lefties and Antifa Nazis. We call them Antifa Nazis because Antifa, they were the communists back in World War II. Most people don't understand World War II history. I bring this story up a lot from War History Online. Article says how communists in Germany allied with Nazis to destroy democracy. Here's a picture of the KPD headquarters from 1926 to 33. You can see the Antifa sign right here. You can also see the right one, the USSR flag right here. So Antifa started out fighting the fascists because they were flat social hierarchy, and then the Nazis were steep social hierarchy, or not. They weren't, okay. there's a lot of confusion around this, the Nazi steep social hierarchy. It wasn't as steep as they claim, because they thought they were competing for the top slot in the social hierarchy instead of having it given to you, because they believed in equality for everyone except for the people who were genetically inferior, the mixed race people. They believed that purebred people were superior. They didn't think that Africans were genetically inferior. They thought that mixed breeds were genetically inferior, which is, I think, is dramatically worse than a traditional racist. So they thought everybody was equal except for the other people who were inferior, and then they would just wipe them off the face of the earth, and then magically then they would all be equal. That's why they supported the dictator. They thought the only way that they could get this is through Adolf Hitler, because Adolf Hitler had this plan to make Germany the size of the US and Russia. That was their plan. So they allied with the Antifa in order to overthrow the Socialist Democratic Party of Germany, the KPD. Or hold on, no, sorry, that was this Communist Party. It was the SPD. And so this is why we call them Antifa Nazis, is because the far left in World War II worked together with the far right to overthrow the conservative power structure, the elected government. So this is why you should not support Black Looter Mob or Antifa, because they are a Trojan horse. They say, oh no, we're just here to fight for Black lives, right? No, man. When communists are out in the street fighting for something, they're out there fighting for communism. They're not fighting for Black lives. They're fighting for Black people to support them, to vote on their side. You have to call them out. People are selfish. They're self-serving. They'll say, no, I'm just helping you out because I'm a good person. Not true. They're helping you out because they want something in return. This is the way people act. They will sit there and actually lie to you to your face that they're actually trying to help you. But the reality of the situation is people are greedy. They're self-centered. Their plans are often for their own benefit, but then they'll try to convince you, no, I'm working in your benefit. That's why you should support me. That's why you should not support them. They are a Trojan horse. What article are we on? 2 people injured in the thing, and then wait, lump it in.